Happy holidays, everyone. Welcome to the Holiday Hex film series. Just like I did at Halloween time, I'm now going to be doing some reviews of some holiday films, both old and new. And I'm kicking things off with a bona fide classic, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. By the way, this video is absolutely not sponsored by Coca-Cola at all, but isn't that a cool sign? This is a very widely celebrated holiday film from the 80s, and I wanted to start with this one because it's actually not a Christmas movie. It is a Thanksgiving movie. Yes, it centers around two men who are trying to get home for Thanksgiving, and we all know the struggle there, especially in this day and age. This film stars Steve Martin and John Candy as polar opposite travelers who kind of keep running into each other, you could say, and eventually kind of just go along for the ride and try to help one another get home. Steve Martin being the stern, kind of stubborn, egotistical businessman, with John Candy being the happy-go-lucky, always wanting to help and lend a helping hand type of traveler. You know, all sorts of mishaps and shenanigans happen on their way home. This is a film that elevates itself beyond more than just a basic slapstick kind of humor type of film. It has a really solid heart and is full of some heartfelt and sometimes even darker moments that really make you care about these characters more than you would in your average type of road movie like this. Steve Martin and John Candy are perfectly cast in this 1987 classic. It is a movie also that has aged surprisingly well, despite having come out in 1987. Yes, believe it or not, there was a time when we couldn't just whip a device out of our back pocket and it would handle all of our problems. Although I do have to say, there is something nice about going back and watching films from this era, when there was a simplicity to things. It really just kind of makes you think about a simpler time. There's also like a longing in this movie that I feel like people don't really experience nowadays because of the simple fact nowadays that we can just whip out our smartphone and call or FaceTime whoever it is we're trying to get to, even if we're stranded at the airport or can't do whatever. But this is something that you couldn't do back then. So the desire to see your loved ones was almost greater in that time. You had to wait for the payphone. You had to wait to hail a cab. It's also kind of funny that the only reason that this movie is rated R is because of that one scene in the rental car dealership. Steve Martin drops like 20 F-bombs in that one scene. And if it were not for that scene, this literally would have been a PG family movie. It's a very funny scene though, and I'm glad that it's in the movie. Anyway, yeah, this film still to this day gives you that warm-hearted feeling that you're supposed to feel around the holidays after watching the two performances you've watched and the two things that these men go through. The payoff is so great as a result of it all. Rest in peace, John Candy. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is a great holiday classic and a great way to kick off my holiday film series. I got lots more to come. I'm going to give Planes, Trains, and Automobiles a 9.1 out of 10.